Howdy, sweethearts! Today I'm going to talk to you about the things that you should not say to thin people. Disclaimer, I am not a doctor or an expert, and I don't know all the medical terms, and I can be mistaken, and I just want to share my personal experience with you. And just because I say it doesn't mean it's true for everyone, so you should remember that. And the second thing is that I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not making this video to tell you that if you've ever said one of those things that makes you a bad person or that you're obnoxious. I just want to give you an insight into the life of a thin person and probably devote your attention to some of the problems and misconceptions and stereotypes that the society should ideally get rid of. Wow, you're so thin! Yeah, let's start with this one. For some reason, it is believed in the society that it is wrong to point at a person and say something like, "You're fat, you're ugly." But it's perfectly okay to tell a person that they are skinny, thin, that they look underweight, etc. And I think this is utterly wrong. This is very impolite. You are making the person you are talking to feel uncomfortable, and you should probably never start a dialogue by pointing out the person's flaws. And I really would like people to take care of what they say. Do you even eat anything? Do your parents feed you? Okay, this is a common misconception, probably the main one. When people see a thin person, they automatically assume that, well, what do you do to gain weight? Well, you eat food, so that means that person is starving. And this is so annoying. If you don't eat food, that doesn't mean that you are soon going to become slender. And vice versa. If you eat food, that doesn't mean that you are destined to become oversized. Personally, I have never been on any kind of a diet. I've never counted calories. I've never been even thinking about what I eat and how many calories are there. I eat anything I want. I eat all kinds of sweets, meat, fish, donuts, chocolate, hamburgers, pizza. How? And probably one of the answers is metabolism. Metabolism is a term that is connected to the chemical processes in your body. When you consume food, your body converts it into energy so that you would be able to survive. You know, some people have slow metabolism, and when they eat something, it doesn't get converted into energy immediately, and instead it can be used to make you grow and build up your body. But people with fast metabolism have their food converted into energy very fast, meaning that there isn't much left to make your body bigger. And that's probably what allows me to eat anything I want without gaining much weight. Sometimes it can even become absurd, because I remember one day I was at school and I was going in the corridor eating something, probably holding a sandwich, and there was a teacher passing me by, and he looked at me and said, "Wow, you're so thin, why don't you eat anything?" And I was literally eating at that moment, so I was like, what? Very confused. Oh, you're thin. Are you anorexic? The problem is that some people have no idea what anorexia truly means. Let me read it out for you. Anorexia is an eating disorder characterized by an abnormally low body weight, an intense fear of gaining weight, and a distorted perception of weight. People with anorexia place a high value on controlling their weight and shape, using extreme efforts that tend to significantly interfere with their lives. And very often people stop eating. They make themselves starve. vomit out the food they eat, and all because they think that the thinner they will get, the better they will look. So, in other words, anorexia is very closely connected to your mental state. When you're obsessed with how you look and how thin you are, but if you have generally a low body weight, that doesn't automatically make you anorexic. Not to mention that anorexic people look very different from just simply slender people. And you shouldn't use this term if you don't know what it means. Oh, but is it dangerous? Maybe you should go and see a doctor. Are you dying? I'm not saying that you should stop paying attention to the people around you and that you should stop showing your support and your concern over their health. But, you know, when people say that they are worried about me and I tell them that, no, it's alright, it's okay, I'm fine, it's totally fine. And they're like, no, you must be lying, I don't believe you. And yeah, they don't believe me. And this is so annoying, and especially when, you know, they randomly bring up the subject of your health when there's absolutely no reason for that, and you have to explain to them that it's fine, but they keep doing this, they keep asking, they keep saying. And even if something is wrong with a person, maybe they want to hide it, maybe they don't want to talk about it, and maybe it's none of your business. Have you eaten your porridge for breakfast? Don't you get blown away by the wind? So many stupid jokes. I hate them. A lot of people, both young and old, use them and they think they're hilarious. No, you're not hilarious. Those jokes annoy me. I usually just ignore them, so it vexes me, and on the inside I'm like burning, but on the outside I just try to look like this. Oh, you're thin. You must be so weak. Oh. This can actually make you not only irritated, but sad. Because, for example, at school or in university, there are PE lessons, and thin people are usually sent to the back of the line. Don't do this. Thin people are tough. They're strong, flexible, and agile, and you should keep that in mind. How old are you? 21? I thought you were 12! This is just as annoying as the stupid jokes. People assume that I am 12, 13, 14. Why? Only because I'm thin? I really hate it when somebody tells me that I look like a 12-year-old girl. This is not funny, this is not cute, this is vexing. Oh, but why don't you just gain weight? Why? Why not? I hear this so often, and it makes me mad. Do you think it's so easy to gain weight? Do you think that if I eat a donut, I automatically am going to gain, let's say, 5 kilos? But that doesn't work like that. In other words, it's not as easy as to tell a person, just go and gain some weight. It will not help. Well, I guess that's it for today. I made this video because I thought that there are a lot of thin people who might be feeling the same way, but there are not so many articles or videos that are connected to their feelings. People who are overweight usually complain, but people who are thin cannot be seen on social media doing the same thing, so I decided, why not? Have a great day and stay inspired!